1. Now, it's the Open Mic Talk Show.
It's the Open Mic Talk Show.
Oh man, that beat sounds so beautiful, don't you agree? I thought I'd let it just roll and marinate for a moment or two. Ladies and gentlemen, you're just in time for another edition of the Open Mic Talk Show. Before we jump into the show, I'd like to introduce my host, my co-host, my people, my family. She is the super soul sister. She is the one and only, the incomparable. She is Cara Black.
Thank you. Jamie.
I might take a minute. I can bring y'all in pretty good, Kane. I can bring you in, Kane. I'll bring you in. All right now. Okay, so, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, he is one of Logan County's finest. He attended. Oh my goodness, I can't even finish. Let's give it up, y'all, for Darnell Swift.
Thank you very much. And let me just add this. With Cara being a super soul sister, you don't just get that status as a super soul sister.
No, you don't.
You gotta pay your dues.
That's right.
And she has paid her dues. She's mighty,
That's right. That's no question. Absolutely. That's right. She is a super, not a soul sis or a sis of a soul. She's a super, triple S. It's a triple thing happening. A super soul sister. You better ask somebody. Hello, one time for your mind. Man, I tell you, it is so many things going on. As always, the news cycle never, ever stops. But you know what? Dominating the news cycle right now is TikTok. You don't stop till your body rock. My goodness. Man, TikTok, man. I'm telling you, that TikTok thing is serious. Folks are going crazy.
You know it, and I don't really use TikTok unless someone sends me something to watch on TikTok. Mm-hmm. But my little stepdaughter came to me last night tripping because she just got a new iPhone 16 for Christmas, and she was like, hey, Dad, would you pull up TikTok? So I pull it up, and it has the big, warning that, hey, it's going dark and everything. And she's like, well, not if I do this and that with my phone. But what is so amazing is when I did pull it up, for this hillbilly with this long beard. It's just a random video, I guess, and he was talking about the disadvantages that men have by having a penis. And guys, he was not using the word penis. And I thought to myself, is this what you're watching? Is this the kind of stuff you're watching? I mean, it was vulgar and it was nasty. And I'm thinking, like, my 15-year-old stepdaughter does not need to be watching this.
TikTok is pretty.
I'm cool with it.
I'm sure Sis has a interesting perspective about that. I'm sure.
I mean, TikTok. I am not a TikTok subscriber. I see it, when it pops up in other social medias that people say, "Oh, this is a cool TikTok. You should watch this." But me not, because it's just too quick and too fast, and I don't like that. My brain doesn't operate that way. But for young people, they can have access to so much information, which, they did use it during this political season, because their attention spans are so short. But everybody's making the jump to, Red Note?
Also,
which is the Chinese version.
Right, I heard something like that.
It's the OG of TikTok. Before there was TikTok, there was Red Note, which is in Mandarin, by the way.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That's wild. I didn't know that. All I've been seeing, Sis, is Lemon, the new app Lemon, which is, I thought it was some sort of, it's been such a flood of information about this app on TikTok before it shut down. People want to follow you on Lemon. They're following you on Lemon. I'm like, I'm not even on Lemon. What is Lemon? Or what are you talking about? I'm not even on it. What do you mean they followed me? I'm not even on it. I've never seen the thing. So it's interesting. This social media thing is interesting. Also, when they put up the ban or whatever it was, it had a sort of message that said, we're thankful that Donald Trump administration will be closely monitoring this situation, and hopefully some changes will be coming soon. Now, when you go on the app, it just says internet out of service, like it's disconnected, but you can get like go to your profile and different things like that. But you can't like use it or put up anything. I just really looked at it, I didn't really use it that much. That's kind of a younger generation thing. But I will say this, I was just in the process of getting ready to really utilize the service. I really was. I was planning to utilize the service. Yes, I really was to do shows and stuff.
Opportunity to do that, yeah. And President-elect Donald Trump is going to give like a 90-day reprieve for it. The CEO of TikTok is going to be at the inauguration.
In the VIP section, from what I understand.
Yes, you are correct.
Huh. Well,
Carl, you had mentioned this to us before the show. We were chit-chatting. You had brought up, Michelle O not attending the
man. Folks are just...
What are you thinking, man?
Well, it's really interesting because, obviously the hypocrisy is just... is just an overload, man. So you have a gentleman who basically, it was the first time in history that a normal transfer of power did not happen. And for these people to be up in arms and to be upset, it's ridiculous. And, he's also supposedly moving his inauguration inside. There will be no parade. And I believe that he was going to get a good old-fashioned wake-up call because he's not quite as popular as he thinks he is.
He's already got a negative approval rating at like 44%. I'm sorry, negative approval rating at 44%, a disapproval rating at 49%. He hasn't even taken office yet. And Carl, when we bounce it around, man, I always say Donald Trump is an avatar. Donald Trump is Donald Trump. I don't want to use the word concerned. I'm more alarmed, more disgusted with the people that actually re-elected him. What does that say about those people?
Well, it's not just those people. It's the people who didn't even vote.
There you go.
That really made a difference in this election.
Yeah.
They were like, they said, I don't like the two choices, so I'm not even going to vote for anybody.
But sis, okay, let me ask you this, sis. Now, you definitely hit the nail on the head with that. What is your perspective about the people who didn't vote? Now, supposedly, they didn't vote because they were protesting Gaza. And I'm like, what? That didn't make any sense. That didn't make any sense. This guy's literally going to let Israel turn Gaza into a sheet of glass if he want to.
Absolutely, yeah.
He'll allow that. What?
Right.
Sis, what is we gonna do? What is we gonna do?
Well, we were talking about TikTok and all these other apps that people, social media, which most people only socialize on these particular platforms these days. So they were getting a lot of misinformation about what was going on. You had this whole campaign against Kamala Harris that just really turned people sour on her completely, especially when it comes to Gaza and Israel. So they were like, she is not the best choice. And, with how everything went down with President Biden suddenly, resigning and giving her an opportunity to become the nominee, there was nobody else to contest her. And so they felt like they were just forced that this is the choice. This is the only choice that we have. And we don't really know anything about her, and we don't really like her because the information we're getting from social media is that she's not likable.
Sis, she is the most qualified presidential candidate in the history of this country.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It wasn't even. You're absolutely correct. It didn't matter ultimately. But I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I don't know. I just don't know if this guy won this. I just feel like something's. I don't know. I don't think he won. But obviously, he won, so that's ultimately all that matters. the end result is still the same. He will be taking office. And what do you think about Michelle not attending, sis? I know I definitely want to hear your perspective about this for sure.
I'm like, right on. She's like, I don't like this dude. I don't F with this dude. So why would I come here to support this dude? You know, he had my family in danger constantly.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's been disrespectful to my husband and my family. So no.
Right.
Only reason
right.
she was there for the transfer is because of her husband. She's like, no, he know I don't like him.
Darnell, she said she don't really F with you. That's what she said. That's what she said, man. She said she don't really fool with you, man. And it's interesting for sure. I love it.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I see Michelle Obama as a G. I ride with her. Tomorrow, I am making plans to do anything but watch the inauguration.
It's tomorrow. I mean,
I'm watching the theater.
I did not. I promise, guys. I really didn't realize it was tomorrow. I knew it was coming soon. I was aware of that, but I didn't realize it was tomorrow. Wow.
You knew it was
well,
Martin
today's the
Luther King
19th.
Day tomorrow, right?
I was obviously aware of that. I was aware of the
Uh-huh.
national championship game. I was aware of the MLK Day. I was not thinking about. I promise you, this is. When you said that, it was like I got shocked. I was like, and I looked at the date, man. It's the 19th. Yeah, it's tomorrow. Wow.
Right.
Okay.
You know something that's interesting too, man, is that it is this what I'm going to just flat out call racist being inaugurated on Martin Luther King Day. Just from an image standpoint, what would it have really looked like and said about our country if on Martin Luther King Day we were inaugurating first African American woman as president of the United States, versus the image, the contrast of what many people of color feel like is an avowed racist, Donald Trump. I don't participate. I won't participate. My question to everyone is, what do we do for the next 4 years? How do we engage, disengage? How do we confront? I mean, I'm just kind of done with them, the MAGAs. I mean, I don't want to dialogue with you. And if I do dialogue with you, I'm going to tell you straight up, I walk in my neighborhood every day to get a little bit of an exercise. And about 5 houses down the block from me is a guy who's got a big, in his garage when his door is up, a big, Trump flag in his garage up against his wall. And he'll nod at me and kind of acknowledge me. From this point forward, I'm not doing that. I'm just going to look the other way. I don't want to have dialogue with you. What do you guys think?
I don't. Kamala Harris sort of kind of sucked me back into the political sphere, if you will, into the political game. I'd kind of remove myself. I don't really believe in it. I really wanted to see her win. But I've been disenchanted, really just disappointed with the political game and whatever it stands for quite some period of time now. I mean, I really don't believe in it. I don't believe that we can make effective change that way. I mean, we have an absolute felon, rapist, who's the leader of this country. How can you hold that office in high esteem anymore? I don't know how you can give it the same credence that we once did.
Well, I think it's waking up to the fact that all this shit is make-believe anyway, so...
say that a little louder for the people in the back, sis. Say it a little louder. The people in the back. I agree.
Fake news.
I agree.
News. You have over the weekend, people have been going to D.C. and they've been protesting this inauguration and this election, and they're not really covering it like they should, but it's happening. People are upset, and they do not believe in this administration, and they don't believe that they have our best interests at heart as Americans. So
Sis, Darnell and I, we bang about this like all the time, and we bang about this all the time, like Crips and Bloods. I mean, for real, we bang about this on a regular basis, bro. I know you have a different perspective, and you know, you might as well let him in because I know you. I know that you have a different perspective than Cara and I as far as the political spectrum and the political game is concerned.
Yeah, I just think that it can be discouraging, but I just think that, and we've talked about this, like you said, a lot. I just believe that there's no way to get the fundamental change in the country without, politics being part of it. I think it's three ways that we can get some equality: by engaging and participating in the political process, by education, and by empowering ourselves with economic power, owning businesses, supporting and being part of supporting other businesses. That's just my thoughts,
Ladies and gentlemen,
I kind of agree with you, and a part of it is that the Democratic Party is just laying down and taking it. I don't understand it. I can't. You can't explain it. They're keeping like, oh, we're willing to work with the other side. The other side has never been willing to work with you. So why are you?
That's
turning your cheek and just letting them slap you.
That was the thing. That was the thing. It oftentimes just goes back to that old saying. The political parties are of the same bird, just two wings of the same bird, and it really makes sense. I didn't understand, like you, why were the Democrats not just going absolutely crazy behind the insurrection, behind Trump getting in office? They should have just flat out said, we're not working with you. We're not. I mean, they kind of accepted and just kind of roll with the flow. And here we be one more again. Here we are again. Here we are again. They didn't, in my opinion, make enough noise. They smeared shit, piss, and blood all over the Capitol.
Yeah.
And I call them fake-triots. The fake-triots. You guys are not patriots. You're a fake-triot. Who does that? And that is, first of all, that's one of the nastiest crimes that I've ever heard of in my life. Who digs in their own butt and smears it on the wall? Are you serious right now? Literally scaled the wall like monkeys. Literally.
Yeah. And he's planning a party though. That part.
So, speaking of people making political statements, guys, Snoop Dogg, Nelly.
Oh my goodness.
Snoop talked all this stuff. He put out, if you F Donald Trump, and if you with him, you F you too, and talked all that stuff. And I am officially 100% disappointed. Nelly was one of my guys. I mean, I'm not trying to act like, Nelly's my partner and we rap. When I met Nelly when he first started out, and man, we had a great time, man. I picked him up from the airport, and we had a great time, man. We had a great time, and I've always just dug the dude. He was personal. He's a good guy. We had a great time. Having said that, I've always liked his music, and having said that, I wouldn't believe that these guys would bend to the knee, if you will, to Donald Trump and doing performances. Didn't anybody learn any lessons behind Chrisette Michele? She has officially been canceled.
Mm-hmm. And your girl Carrie Underwood too, boy.
Yeah, Carrie, That's she. She lost. She lost.
That didn't surprise me.
She lost
Dakota.
She lost millions of social media followers immediately when that happened.
Did she really? I didn't know that.
She did. Millions.
I don't really know what to say about Snoop. I know Tupac wouldn't have done it. You know, I guess it just goes down to that old saying like our parents used to say, money talks and bullshit walk. Because why else would you do it? Which is the definition. I mean, the classic
Snoop doesn't need any money. Snoop doesn't need any money. Snoop doesn't need any money.
I know it. But why would he do it then, Carl?
Sis, she's a performer here. She's the only real performer here. So let's ask our resident superstar. Let's see what she has to say, because she's the only one out here getting it on the microphone, singing. You know, sis, having said that, I'm waiting in 2025 for my opportunity. You know, it's a new year, and the next time you go and perform, I want to be a part of the band, sis. You know.
They don't need a tambourine player, Carl. I told you that.
I want you guys to know that I can hit the tambourine off both feet now. Both of them. Both of them. That's right. That's right. Not one feet, both feet. Boy, I'm serious with this thing. I'm going to add somebody for those cartoons. Yes. Okay, so, sis, why do you think Snoop would do this? Nelly and these guys would do this?
Well, I mean, it could be because this is truly a historical moment. Never ever in our political system have we seen anything like this that's happening. That part. A lot of money. Could be a lot of money. Also could be maybe they on the Diddy list. I don't know.
It's funny that you say that, because people are all talking about how when his house burnt up in that fire, that all the evidence burnt up against all these various stars too. So they were a lot of commentary on social media regarding that, for sure. Oh yeah. A lot of interesting commentary regarding that. Ladies and gentlemen, you're in the midst of the biggest, baddest name in talk. We are the Open Mic Talk Show. Shouts out to you and yours. Please leave us a comment on any of the various social media platforms. You can email us at thegifthd@gmail.com. That's THEGIFTHD@gmail.com. Questions, concerns. We want to talk to you. So, other than TikTok, what's consuming the minds of most Americans is the gridiron. Football. It's down to the nitty-gritty. It's down to the wire. Last night.
I was really rooting for the Lions, yeah.
Me too.
I feel so bad about
man, I do too. I have some friends who live in Detroit, and they're not going to be able to live, guys. They're not well right now. I mean, they're not going to be able to make it. I'm telling you, they're in bad shape.
Yeah.
I saw some footage. So one of my best friends, shouts out to Derek Boston from Flint, Michigan, who happens to be a Detroit resident. He lives downtown, beautiful condo, and he was taking footage from his condo. He lives right in the downtown, right off the Riverwalk, and man, the city was absolutely electric, man. They could taste it, they could smell it, they could feel it, and it didn't happen. And not only did they get beat, got beat kind of bad too. I mean, they got manhandled.
Yeah, they got smashed. They played poorly, 4 turnovers. I think it ended up being 5 because I turned it at the end of the game. I was really pulling for Detroit. But you know what really happened in that game is all the injuries that they had just finally caught up to them.
Right.
It just did.
Sis, did you guys happen to see that play? And they didn't call it. I mean, this was a bad hit where they hit Jared Goff right up under his face, under his helmet. I don't think that guy ever recovered. I think he was
he was shaky after that.
Yeah.
He knocked him off his feet.
He did.
He went in there.
He did, man. He did. He made him look like a cartoon character. He really did, sis. I saw that. he had bopped him. He did. He hit him. It was he was serious. He did that.
Here's the one. You know, there's always, like they say, what is it? A bright spot, or there's always a silver lining, a light at the end of the tunnel. With that yesterday, if you are a Cowboys fan,
Man,
one of the things that you have to contend with is that Jaden Daniels is going to be around for a while. So, you know, with Jaden Daniels being around for a while, being a Cowboy fan, that is the one bright spot of this. Because there's going to be some consequences and repercussions.
No. We will have no Cowboy hate. Let me say this.
Right.
So this football season, Dallas and the Pittsburgh Steelers played a game. And the world famous Dallas Cowboys came out victorious as usual. As usual. Speaking of the Dallas Cowboys, sis, who's the new coach?
It's got to be our man, Primetime.
Come on, are you serious? You think so, really?
I'm going to take that job.
I don't. Why, sis? Why? Why, sis? Why do you think he's going to take it?
No, it would be a great look. His son is getting ready to go into the NFL as well. He knows the system, you know, being a Cowboy, and the players would respect him so much because he is a former player.
A champion? I don't know. That's a tough sell.
Logic. I would agree with Cara's logic. That would be a reason for him to take the job.
Yeah.
But there is a primary reason to not take the job.
Yeah, really. Double J.
Cowboys,
Double J.
The Dallas Cowboys,
my man J Double.
They are a dumpster fire. And then you have the owner, operator, president, and CEO, officially, but not officially, the head coach.
Yeah.
But you know, they have a relationship, though. They have a relationship, so he might be able to finagle him, you know, because he's charismatic, you know.
No, I don't. See, here's the problem. The Cowboys have a really, really insufficient general manager, but he's also the owner. And you have an interesting situation. Right. You have he's everything all rolled up into one. So you have a really interesting situation because in any other organization, when you have produced, or should I say, a lack thereof, he would have been out of the door many, many years ago. But because of the organizational structure, he's allowed to continue because he owns the damn place. It's ridiculous. He has not done well from a football perspective in a very long time. They don't know how to assess talent. They don't know how to assess coaches. They don't know how to assess the entire football landscape, if you will. They don't. Now, what they do know how to do is market the football team. And as long as the team is the most valuable sports entity in the world, as long as they're generating cash flow like they have been for so many years, I just don't think that he cares as much as we do. This is pathetic. This is really sad. The ownership is so bad. For the last 10 years or so, I've had auxiliary teams every year. And basically it's I'm looking for, the OU players, the OU quarterbacks, the Mike Tomlins of the world, the Lamar Jacksons. Those are the guys that I'm rooting for because I know that Dallas will be on the couch just like me, watching.
As a Cowboy hater, and I am officially one, it isn't fun to hate a sorry-ass team. So you do want the team.
But we beat you guys, though. Again, but we beat you guys this year, though, Darnell. This year. We beat you this year, though, Darnell. This year.
And as they say about the proverbial blind squirrel, you know what he does every now and then. He stumbles over a nut. And, but just, I seriously, everything you said about the Cowboy organization is so true. It ain't happening to Jerry Jones is removed from the scenario. It just ain't happening.
Sis, I think a lot of what you said, a lot of the points that you touched on, I really feel like they have quite a bit of validity in regard to him having a relationship with him. But that would be a little different, but how long would that be able to sustain at that level where that could keep the relationship afloat, if you will? Them having a good past relationship, him being a champion for the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, Troy Aikman came out and said straight up and out he didn't feel like this was that good of a job anymore. He said it. He said, I love the Cowboys. Obviously, I played for them for 12 years, but this job is just not as good as people say it is.
I would agree with that. And the other thing that I also think is that, Deion is one of the most well-known athletes to ever, in the last generation, right?
Sure.
It won't necessarily tarnish or kill his image, but it's not a good move. You're on top of the world at Colorado. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Why would you go into that dumpster fire?
We can dream. We can hope.
So since you'd actually like for him to take the job, you'd like for him to take it?
Yes, I'd like for him to take it, and so it can be a complete and total
Shut up,
disaster.
Darnell. Man, shut up, dude.
It's a complete and total disaster. Yeah.
Shut up,
I
man.
have a question for you guys, though. Really,
Take it to the Super Bowl, yeah.
Did you say the Soup Bowl or the Super Bowl?
I said Super Bowl.
Oh,
You know what I said.
And see, that's the problem. Cowboy fans, they get all offensive and irritated with me. I don't understand it, but I do love it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, who you guys got tomorrow? National championship game. It is the Notre Dame Fighting Irish taking on the Ohio State Buckeyes.
Of course,
Ohio State.
I think Ohio State probably is going to win, but I hate Notre Dame and I hate Ohio State, but I have to pull for Notre Dame for the brother. Never been a brother win a national championship at major college level. So
and he's actually he's Asian as well.
Is he? Okay, I knew
yes, he
was.
His mother is Asian and his father is African American. His father is black.
Okay, so
and
he's Asian.
He is, and he will be the first black head coach and the first Asian head coach to win the national championship if he is victorious tomorrow. So, sis, you have Ohio State?
Nope. Notre Dame.
Oh, okay. Notre Dame. And Darnell, what's your pick, sir?
To win, or who am I rooting for?
Who's going to win?
I'm rooting for Notre Dame.
Yeah, I have no stake in. Yeah, I have no skin in the teeth. I have no skin in the teeth. I have no skin.
That's good. We don't want no skin in your teeth, sis. That's good. We don't want that. We don't need that. No, we don't want it.
But I have another question for you guys when we segue out of here.
Okay. All right.
And Carl, you and I have talked about this, and Cara as well. The TV that I have in the studio here at the house is monitoring. It's like MSNBC is on, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm just watching it, and they're showing your boy, the orange orangutan, place a wreath at Arlington Cemetery. And I'm watching I'm watching this stuff and I'm thinking, like, the media is not going to change. They're going to continue to cover this dude like a normal president. What is wrong with us? This is the dude, like Carl said, that sent a mob to the Capitol 4 years ago that were smearing feces on the walls and in offices of Congress. And now, all of a sudden, we're going to look at this guy as the top dog in this country, the president of the United States, and cover him like it's just normal. This is
that
not
ship
normal.
has sailed, good fella. He is it. He is in, and they are. I'm flabbergasted by all this. I really am. It's exhausting. I have not watched. I've watched about 5 minutes of MSNBC, CNN since the election. I just don't. I'm completely disinterested. The misinformation, the slanted coverage, the yellow journalism. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I don't like it. So the consensus is Notre Dame for the win tomorrow for the national championship. Who is your picks? Who's your picks for today, guys? Who do you have for today's games? Because it's Philadelphia, the Buffalo Bills. You got quite a few teams playing today.
No, I kind of feel like the Rams are maybe going to upset Philadelphia. I'll be rooting for Philadelphia. I never root for the Ravens. The Ravens are evil. The Ravens were basically formed in a satanic ritual. Lamar Jackson is obviously some type of demon from another space. Buffalo.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he doesn't mean that. He knows good well. He says that because they spanked Pittsburgh. That's why he says that.
Right.
It's always a Pittsburgh slant to all of this. Listen, man, what do you think about the Pittsburgh Steelers and their coaching situation? What's going to happen, man?
Well, the Chicago Bears tried to do a trade for Mike Tomlin.
I saw that.
And Mike Tomlin has a no-trade clause. I don't know exactly what Pittsburgh is going to do. Mm-hmm. Tomlin's not going anywhere. We know that. They've got to find a quarterback. They've got to find another wide receiver. And they've got to get better on the defensive line.
Okay, Darnell, I wasn't asking for a soliloquy about the doggone Pittsburgh Steelers, man. I just wanted to know about the coaches. Just go off into the scouting report and everything. We don't care about them like that.
Everybody loves America's team.
Sis, you hear this? You hear this, dude? I asked him specifically about the coaching search, and he broke down into the 2025 Pittsburgh Steelers will be. What? Man, cut it out, man. Nobody cares. No, I definitely root for Mike Tomlin because he's a brother doing big things and he's successful, and I like. Just his style. I think he's a really good guy. And the Pittsburgh Steelers, quite frankly, are an outstanding organization. Now, there is one blip that we talk about fairly frequently. They, had Ben Roethlisberger just out in the community just terrorizing women, and I didn't quite understand that. But, I digress. They're a pretty good organization. But they're not better than yours, mine, everybody's favorite team, the Dallas Cowboys. The hole in the roof is so God could look in on his favorite team. That's right,
Something's coming over me.
And you know what? When he looks in on his favorite team, he said, "My goodness, those boys are terrible."
Close the roof.
Please close the roof. Sis, we need help. We need help. So, sis, when is your next performance? What do you got coming up this year?
Well, my next performance will be, as a date, is in February. I'll be going down to Louisiana to perform.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. It's going to be pretty spectacular, doing a Tina Turner tribute.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
After that, I'm going to... Then I'm going to be March will be my next performance.
Man, that's great. Yeah. We're gonna have so much fun in Louisiana performing. Gosh, it's gonna be fun. We're gonna have a great time, Darnell. I'm gonna be with the band this time. She's allowed me to go down to Louisiana and perform with the band. She's all right. Well,
Every band needs roadies, I understand.
yeah,
Right.
she's, you pack them bags, run up in here and sit down and be quiet, All right, ladies and gentlemen, we hope you enjoyed the show. This has been the biggest, baddest name in talk. We are the Open Mic Talk Show. Sis, what do you got for the people before we hit the door?
For the people, for all the sweets lovers and people, parents out there, don't forget that red dye number 3 has been banned.
Mm-hmm.
If you see it in anything, don't let your kids eat that. And don't you eat it either, because it causes cancer.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Get rid of all of those red M&Ms and those red jelly beans. Anything that's bright cherry red, do not eat that.
Oh, boy. Darnell, what do you have in closing besides talking about the Pittsburgh Steelers?
Well, I would say as we go through inauguration tomorrow, remember, we are the resistance. You don't have to buy into it. Don't give up. Be diligent, and let's just keep our eyes open. Let's stay woke.
Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for your support and your acknowledgement. Once again, this is the biggest, baddest name in talk. This is O City FM HD, part of the Kaleidoscope Radio Network, and we are the people you know, the music you love. Real radio is back. Stay close. More great music on the way. And we out.